Cancer. Hey there, babies. Melissa here to do your timeless love reading. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It is not going to resonate for all Cancerians. If it does resonate for you, however, feel free to like and even subscribe if you dig the style and the energy. For those of you who have subscribed, liked, shared, commented, booked personal readings, donated, or even just viewed my videos, I just want to say thank you so much for all that you do. Your energy is always felt, especially you Cancerians. I really do appreciate all your sweet Cancer love. I can feel it every single time I upload a video for you guys, and it makes this kind of, stepping into out of a comfort zone. That's what it is. It makes stepping out of a comfort zone so much more comfortable, being around some Cancerians. Okay, so anyways, moving right along. This is a love reading. We're going to be looking at the energy that you bring to the connection, the energy the person you have in mind brings, as well as a potential outcome and an overall energy, anywhere from single to married and anywhere in between. Just whomever you have on that sweet little Cancerian brain of yours. All right, babies. Anything you need to know about me, you can find on my website. There will be a link in the description box below as well. In the About section of my channel. That is also where you'll book personal readings. Those are open again. I'm trying to keep up. I'm one person. I don't have like an assistant or anything. So I do everything myself. And so I've been trying to keep up on the personal readings. I am caught up again. So those are open for now. They are subject to change. That's subject to change as if I can't keep up with it. I do have 2 children full time. So yeah. Anyway, neither here nor there. And then anyone who wanted to leave a donation, there is a PayPal me account linked in the description box below as well. Any questions you have, you can always comment below, and there is an email address in the description box as well. Let's get at your love life, baby bears. Okay? Let's see what's going on with Cancerians. Ooh, love, did you say? I did feel this like springtime love, this renewal of love. Could be a past relationship coming back, could be a brand new relationship coming in. I love it. Uh-oh. They suck. So the energy you bring is the 2 of Cups. The energy the person you have in mind could be a Capricorn, may not have any devil tendencies, ego tendencies. You know what? I think in comparison to a Cancerian, everybody's going to have that devil card. Not that they're bad people. We do all have ego and spirit, and the devil card really just signifies the ego side. So the devil is in their energy, and then you do have the Knight of Wands in your outcome, and the World card in your overarching energy. Okay, so there's been a battle that we won. Look at that. The minor arcana version of the Chariot card that is you, and then the Chariot card itself. Y'all been at battle, man. Battling what? Intellect? I don't know. That sounds like something I would do. No, I think that you have come into a space of really just knowing everything you need to know, okay? It's not like you know everything, or you kind of do. But it's about just, we only need to be on a certain level of awareness, and it needs to pertain to our own life. That's what I'm feeling. It's like you've expertised in your own life. Really moving forward because you have won all of the battles. And I feel like you're going to be getting recognition. For those of you who are in the public eye, I do feel this always in the Cancerian readings. Recognition is coming, okay, babies? I just want to say that there's been a pause, like a halt on Cancerians. I've been watching some of my favorite Cancerian readers. By the way, there are so many good Cancerian readers out here, and I've been meaning to talk about this. A lot of them have dedicated their channels or made special channels just for Cancerians. And babies, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. I just gotta say, when I first started doing this, I started doing it because I'm a Cancerian, by the way. All the nasty readings I kept seeing about, like, they were just like, your victimhood, victim mentality, Cancer this, all this stuff. And now I'm just seeing you guys getting spoiled freaking rotten out here. And it is absolutely heartwarming, okay? Beautiful people out here. I had my tunnel vision was on a few of these, manipulative readers, but once I stopped looking at them, all I can see is beauty out here now. Just a collective energy of everyone trying to help each other ascend. There's little tiny prophets here, prophets there. I'm watching everybody. These youngsters still have some healing to do, much like myself, but out here doing their damn thing. So you guys are in good hands. I've been seeing you guys getting well cared for. There's a lot of Cancerian only channels, and so good for you guys. I'm so proud. I'm so happy. We have the World card, and they're wonderful people. I will link some of them in the description box below. I like to get permission before I just go name dropping, because some people don't. I don't particularly like people to name drop me. So I will make sure that that's okay, and then if it is, I'll link some of the Cancerian channels in the description box below. We do have the World card as your overarching energy. This is a successful completion of a cycle. I like to think of it as just kind of healing your perception of yourself, right? And so you can see the world through these new lenses. Not rose-colored glasses by any means, and not skewed glasses, not broken glasses. So this is about just being able to see the world as it is. That means that there is damage out there, but we're not going to perceive everything as damaged or everything is attacking us. That's what it really feels like. That's what it is. You've healed the perception of yourself. You no longer feel on guard. On guard. That's all that keeps coming through, you guys. I can't stop it. It's like, on guard, on guard. I feel like that's what's going on, is you're letting your wands down, okay? We're letting the guard down, is what, believe me, the shell, wow, it's hard to let down. I know that, babies. I love you so much. I will say to you that any good opportunity is going to need to come from a space of non-defense. I don't know, that's the weirdest way I've ever said that, but it's going to need to come to, and especially when it comes to love, but also in work relationships, we are very good at protecting ourselves, and it scares people. I'm not going to lie to you. When we have our shell on, people, and our pinchers up, yeah, people get a little nervous, and while I think we've used that as a mechanism to be proud of, and I think it is, I think we've protected ourselves from rightfully wrong people, right? From actually people we needed to protect ourselves from, but I do think that it also stops us from allowing good connections in, okay? I just feel like talking about that right now. Look at good connections. I think you're coming into a Two of Cups connection. I don't know if it's with the person you have in mind, but we'll get more. That could just be a Capricorn. They do have, the Two of Cups connection, and by the way, is about two entities coming into perfect harmony. So it is about union. It's about union with your perfect match, with the person who's going to finish your sentences for you, who's going to, like a weird freaking message, okay? This is like the person that's going to like the outside of the Oreo and you like the inside, or whatever it is. Like you guys are going to, everything's going to go perfectly together. You're gonna like a lot of the same things, but they're gonna like the outside of the Oreo, you're gonna like the inside, so it's perfect. Like you get your favorite, they get their favorite. It worked out well. Interesting stuff. And does anybody eat just the inside of the Oreo? I don't know. Is that a thing? I don't know. I dunk. I'm a dunker. We got the Devil. The Devil card is about the ego. Again, it's just about, you know, how many things do we have to battle on a daily basis that our ego is calling us to? Shortcuts, self-doubt, self-worth issues, cigarettes, alcohol, drug addiction. It doesn't, you know, whatever it is, the devil calls us constantly, as often as our spirit. But I feel like, you know, when you come into a space and there is this place where you can either get to 50-50, listening to half your spirit, half your ego, that's a wonderful place to be. And anywhere beyond that, as far as if you get to 60% spirit, 40% ego, fucking amen. Like, hooray. Hurrah. Hurrah. We got the, so they're working on it. They're working on it. We're going to see if I like them or not. I don't know if I like them or not yet. We're going to find out. We're going to clarify everything. We got the Knight of Wands. This does seem a little hot toddy, a little sex potty. I don't know. What? I don't know. I'm sorry. You got the Justice card in your energy on top of the Two of Cups. Let's see what else we get. Ten of Swords. Cancer. And the Star card. Could be with a Libra or an Aquarius or any fixed sign or a Capricorn at this time. Maybe a Sagittarius as well. You guys, so it's still coming to the end of this self-limiting belief cycle. That's okay. That cycle is not a one and done, okay? You're going to have many tests that will, it's basically like you're going to have many tests sent in by the divine to see if you truly do have your boundaries up. I'm not talking about a guard up. I'm talking about boundaries. They're very different and they're hard to decipher the difference, right? Because when we don't have any boundaries and we go from not having them to having them, it's basically like we just put an armor wall up. What? Armor wall? I guess so. And so anyways, that's not boundaries. That is a wall that nobody can get through, not even the love of your life, right? So basically there's a sweet spot. The Ten of Swords energy is about letting go of self-limiting beliefs, understanding that guess what? You have strengthened your discernment. You do know what is and isn't right for you when if you listen to the red flags and you don't go past them, okay? Because we all as Cancerians, it's not like we didn't know somebody wasn't good for us, okay? It's like we allowed that because we accept everybody. No more, okay? No more accepting everybody. You can love them from afar, but you do not take bad treatment because you're a Cancerian. You will not help anybody if you are not helping yourself. That is the reality of it. So that's what this 10 of Swords is. It's about really coming into a place where your boundaries are up, but your guard is down, and it's a very sweet spot, especially for us Cancerians. Again, when we first start our boundaries out there, like, rah, stay back. And it is aggressive and it is intimidating. We can be intimidating, okay? Believe me, I know. But the truth is, I want you to find the sweetest, deepest love you'll ever find, and it's what you are, okay? It's like your natural element is the truest, deepest love. Again, putting down the wall but keeping up the guard, or putting down the guard and the wall, but keeping boundaries there it's a tempered out. You got this. You and God got this. You really do have to trust yourself and your own discernment. But it is about knowing that we are done. We have to be done accepting bad behavior because everybody deserves love. So do you. And you have to be the one to give it to you first. Again, I'm going to say this over and over again because Cancerians need to hear this. Because I think if it was just like we need to love ourselves for us, we wouldn't do it. But I need you to love yourself because you can't actually pour into the world with all of your gifts unless you nurture and love yourself and have your boundaries set. And stand by them. I've set boundaries before that were flimsy as hell. People could just knock them puppies down and like, well, we'll let it slide this time. You got to keep those up and you got to keep them firm, but they don't have to be walls. And there is a sweet spot. We can talk more about it later. I don't want to keep going on and on about it. A wall is not going to let anybody in, and a boundary is only going to, it's going to be you standing firm when somebody crosses a boundary. You don't have it up originally. It's about knowing when the red flag hits and you're like, you know what, that wasn't respectful. That didn't make my energy feel good, and I'm going to walk away now. And we know we read energies, right? So it's like, you're right. When that weird energy, I leave restaurants now. I'm like, I now understand that it is a psychic gift, that weird, uncomfortable feeling that my whole body gets when I'm in the presence of somebody who just isn't living a good life, okay? Like, whatever that may be. They just have an ishy, dark energy around them. They're living in fear, whatever it is. So it's about listening to your body, listening to your spirit, and respecting yourself and having boundaries for yourself. And that is how justice is served. And that is, the healing. It is healing. It heals you just by having those boundaries. It's like working out a muscle. Really setting a boundary, really sticking to it. It's kind of like, again, I almost got addicted to it for a second there because I'm a Cancerian and we get addicted to stuff. I mean, we love stuff so much, right? When it feels good, we go for it. But I'm just going to say that what is it? The word that's coming through is kind of invigorating. It's invigorating. Is that a right word? I don't know. You'll have to look that up. You might know what it means. It's invigorating when you start to empower yourself. Again, sometimes you can go a little far with it, like, now that we're good at it, right? But you'll temper that out. And it's most important that if you have to start out overly boundary-ish, fine. But for anybody true love to come in, then we do have to kind of, okay, we're going to let the guard down, keep the boundaries up, okay? The boundaries are, again, if somebody comes in and sets your little alarm off, then you keep that boundary. Now, a guard is, you don't even let anybody set that boundary off or that alarm off because nobody's coming in, right? Weird stuff. The Star card, I love it. It's about healing. It's about the healing that you've done. It's about, because of you doing the healing, you're illuminated. It's about you really finding whatever it is that you were meant to do here on Earth, and about you getting, I think I saw you're going to get recognition, okay? Recognition is coming. If I didn't see the Six of Wands in there, I saw it in a vision for you guys, and there's recognition coming. I feel it in every ounce of my bones. That's what it was. I've been watching Cancerians. I've been doing well. Some of you are doing really well, shining. That ain't it though, babies. Like, God has more for you. There's more coming. And those of you that I see on hold right now, I see the Creator has some of you on hold. We're tempering out some things within a Cancerian. I believe it's boundaries. If God gave you all your blessings before you had boundaries, my word, would that be a shit show, okay? So just get your boundaries, set them, know what it is that is acceptable for you and what isn't acceptable for you. Anything that makes you feel less than good, less than okay in your own skin, less than worthy, has to go, or you're we're very sensitive beings. We take on other people's feelings for us, okay? So because we're empaths. So if somebody has ill intentions for you, you have to clear that energy out of your circle, okay? Again, I don't know that anybody does this maliciously. I'm sure they do it maliciously. As Cancerians, we want to believe nobody does anything maliciously, and that if somebody, people are just hurting, but there are people out there that are just assholes, okay? I'm coming to this realization finally. after 39 years of running into these assholes, okay? I'm just gonna say that clear your circle of anybody, even if they are in pain. You are too. You've been through some shit too, okay? It's not your job to take care of them. It's their job to take care of them, and nobody's gonna take care of you. So it's like, you gotta take care of you because nobody else is signing up for that, and you gotta stop taking care of everybody else. Wow, I'm sorry, you guys. I love you. I didn't want to be a preacher today. No, I sure didn't. Nobody likes preachers. I love you guys. That's the reality. I'm going to tell you, everything I say to you comes from the deepest part of my heart. I love you more than anything in this world. Obviously, I am a Cancerian, but that isn't why I love Cancerians. I mean, the truth of the matter is, if you ever need to know you can be loved and without condition, right? It is from a Cancerian. But the other thing that I've noticed about Cancerians is that they will get stomped all over because of that. So there is a sweet spot. We still have that love to offer the right people. We just can't offer it to everyone. That is the line we need to draw, okay? Anyone who is willing to hurt us is not deserving of our unconditional love. It isn't unconditional. It is a conditional love. You need to have a conditional love for people, okay? I'm sorry. You need to have boundaries. This is the only way you're going to succeed in this world, and I'm not talking about money, flashing cars, blah. I'm talking about truly live a fulfilled, happy life is by allowing anything that is no longer meant for you, anything that is hurting you or taking away from you and your success, you and your best life, you and your true fulfillment and happiness, you have to know when to release. The release is just as important as the giving. Like, you can't do one without the other. You have to release things that are taking from you relentlessly. Okay, so this person is going through this world card, okay? So they have the world card, the devil card, they have the night, they really like you. I'm going to tell you that. They are hot for you, but I do feel like they're coming through the end of this self-limiting. It's almost like carrying the weight of the world. I feel like they're coming through one last push. The creator is testing their integrity at this time, and I don't think they're coming in tomorrow. But I do think they're going through some lifelong cycle end changes. Really strong Sagittarius here. I do believe they're trying to tame their ego, and it is hard, especially for a Sagittarius, because they are so fiery and so egotistical. It's not like in a bad way. You know, the ego isn't always a bad thing. I talk about it like it's the devil. It is when it's used for the wrong reasons. Our ego can help us. Our ego is fun and exciting sometimes, but when we start to let it, allow it to run our lives is when this devil card comes into play. Because then we're susceptible to fears, we're susceptible to all kinds of different heartbreaks, okay? Nothing that the devil or the ego have to offer is going to be lifelong or substantial or fulfilling. But it does look flashy and exciting at the moment. It always looks like the good option initially. Taking the long, dusty trail alone is always not exciting, right? But it always leads to all your blessings, and your person is on the cusp of this, trying to come towards the light, okay? This is a weird message. Again, I do feel like they feel passionately toward you. They're a passionate person. They really could be a Sagittarius. They could be any fixed sign. Libra, Aquarius, I've already said all this. Sagittarius is coming across strong, but I'm getting an energy of the Sagittarius, that like fiery, passionate, sort of egotistical, really likes things, superficial things. And again, that's not always bad. Liking superficial things is fine if you're doing it for you, right? Traditionally, people like superficial things because they want to impress others, and that's where the ego comes into play, and that's when it starts to ruin people's lives. And I feel like that's where your person is at right now. They're just still in the midst of letting the world kind of impression them. That's not really what the word I'm looking for. Persuade them, taunt them. No, what is the word? Seduce. The world is seducing your person at this time. So just keep in you're coming through the end of a cycle here. And this is the great part about divine timing, is the serendipitous moment will come in when it's meant to. Your person has some things they're still going through. You may or may not know this person. They might be going through this and not have anything for you yet. They're a passionate person. They're a fiery person. They take on all adventures. They kind of almost getting like work too hard, but not for them. Okay, this is what I'm getting. They're working so hard, but it's because they want this. They have this image they want to live up to, right? Or keep up with is what I'm getting. They're going to have to get rid of that. When we have an image to keep up with, you can like fancy things, by the way, we're Cancerians. We love fancy things. But we like them for us. We don't put them on for other people to like gawk at us. In fact, most of our fancy things stay in our house because we love our fucking house, okay? But they're for our own pleasure. When you have nice things and you just like nice things, that's fine. That's not egotistical. That's literally that your taste. That's who you are. When you put them on to go outside and flash in front of others, that's the ego. And it's going to attract the wrong people. It's going to attract, I just saw you out there with a bunch of shiny shit on, or a person out there with a bunch of shiny shit on, and then everybody walking like zombies towards this beacon or whatever. It's because when you're out there shining for everyone, you don't know, what's really for you, what's not. You're attracting everyone. This is such weird messages, you guys, but I feel like that's your person right now. And they're having a hard time letting that go because I think they have flashy things. I think they are flashy, they have flashy things, and they're going through a spot in their life where they're trying to attract everyone with it, or the wrong people with it, because they still have something within them that needs to be healed. The perception of themselves. They need to know who they are and that they're worthy of that they don't need to buy people's love. And I'm not saying they're giving people things. I'm saying they're actually just putting them on themselves to try to attract everyone. And I'm sorry about this. I don't usually talk about people like this, but this is what's coming through. So I love you so much, and you can see through that really easily. So it is unattractive. And if you've already met this person, you may be not even attracted to them at this time because of it. Look at the devil card shows up in your outcome too, but it is your love of your life. So this is what I'm feeling. And this person they have to go through whatever it is. They might always have a little bit of that egotistical temptation to impress everyone. But my hope for them and for you is that they do heal up that. And while you are, healing up your end of your self-limiting belief cycles, they need to come to the end of this needing to impress the world. We have to come to this spot in our lives where we love everyone and we don't need anyone to love us. It's a weird but very serious space to be. It's because once you love yourself, you don't need anyone else to love you. That's why I always talk about self-love. That's why it's so imperative that we learn to set those boundaries and keep them. Setting a boundary and keeping it puts years of self-love onto your self-love pile, okay? What a weird, I don't know what that even means. But so just one little boundary. Set it, keep it. Tell me how you feel in the comments below. Have you set boundaries lately? Let everybody know what that has done for you. It is the most powerful thing I've ever done for myself. And when I kept them, I didn't think I could. I'm not going to lie to you. When I kept them was the real magic. It was like, wow, I set a boundary, somebody come back, tried to cross it. And I was like, nope, I had said that, nope, that's not going to work for me. And wow, if my whole spirit didn't applaud, I could hear my spirit team clapping, okay? Screaming, whistling, everything. The Knight of Wands, the Devil card, this is a connection that could get too exciting if they don't. It's almost like they have to heal their perception of themselves, and you need to set those boundaries. This person, even if your counterpart comes in and crosses your boundary, that is going to be your biggest test. I have thought of this many times. The person, and I no longer want the person that I thought was my counterpart to come in ever, please. But I'm going to say to you, there was this moment in my ascension where I thought, I'm going to have to put my boundaries up with him. And even though it's the one thing that makes my heart shake, like the ache and break, if he comes in and I'm feeling myself now, right? I've empowered myself. I've set a few boundaries. I've kept them. If he comes in now, I'm going to have to set these boundaries with him. And he never did, by the way. So I never had to set those boundaries with him. But it is about that even with your counterpart, which the World card as your overarching energy would signify at least an extremely strong spiritual connection. Again, they have these tendencies they're having to let go of, and you need to set boundaries with them, or they will be comfortable being, sitting in their own shit, not healing themselves, not really needing to do the work. So boundaries are imperative. They not only help you, they help this person, okay? I'm going to let it go now, but you do have the Six of Cups and the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Wands. This is passion. This is true deep love. This is, and the Devil. This can even mean passion. I'm not going to lie to you. So it feels like the kind of connection where you're going to be like, I don't want to keep my hands off you. And they definitely don't want to keep their hands off of you. So it's about, and that's fun. That's exciting. And that needs, that could happen at home. Fuck it. I don't care if you guys want to live on a damn farm and never leave. I don't care. But the truth is, it needs to come to a space where you're respecting each other. You have, you set your boundaries, you keep them. When you're in a connection with somebody, even those boundaries still need to be up. Like, you can become, especially as a Cancerian, you can become the mat, and you don't want to be the mat anymore. And this person, it doesn't mean people don't love you. It means that people aren't capable of giving love like we are without a little nudge. So just allow your boundaries to be there. The right person will abide by them. They will respect them with no questions asked. They'll respect them, and actually they'll adore you for having them. Like, that is real. The person that truly loves you is gonna be like, good job, baby. Like, I'm so proud of you for making me respect you. That's real. That's the kind of love we're looking for these days. After 2020, we don't have time for that bullshit, that toxic, karmic, fucking talk shit about each other when we're away kind of bullshitty connections. We don't have that no more. We're going to love ourselves so good that we don't need anybody, and then we get this soulmate kind of connection. Again, I think this person might like you a little too much. I think they have they might be a Capricorn. Pretty strong Capricorn or Sagittarius. There are other signs as well. But I'm feeling a very hardworking, very passionate energy. I feel like they're kind of obsessed with their work. I feel like they kind of could get obsessed with you. Now, I'm not going to put obsessed in my title to gain whatever views, but it is like, the truth is, that's okay. God has all this. We'll temper it all out. We don't need to be, if it becomes abusive or uncomfortable or crosses your boundary, that's why your boundaries are important. It's like, I'm sorry, this is a weird message, but it reminds me of back in like my, relationships where I'm like, no, I don't want to kiss you right now. I just fed our baby, and I don't want to touch you right now. And it's like, but we don't have boundaries like that all of the time. And I think that this might be somebody you need to have those boundaries with. They're not only going to respect those boundaries, they're going to really enjoy your time together when you do have it. Because when we indulge too much, which the devil can indicate, it really plays out. That's how the fire goes out in a relationship too. It's like, wow, well, we just did, I'm sorry, we're going to talk about sexy time. We just did 2 years worth of sexy time in 2 weeks. And when you don't keep some sort of spark in the relationship, sort of a boundary, a need to wait, and then what's the word? Anticipation. Let anticipation build in all areas of this connection, okay? That's what I'm getting right now. I don't ever say that. It's a weird bunch of messages. I love you guys so much. It does look like there is this very strong connection coming, or you're already a part of it. Again, I do think you guys are going to pull out all the stops. I think this is not going to have any lack of love. This is unconditional. This is that sweet, no ulterior motives kind of love. So no matter what you guys have on the other, in other areas of your life, I do feel like there will be abundance, of course, when you're really living from your authentic truth. But no matter what you have, there's no ulterior motives. We're there we have the true connection, and you can't make it, you can't break it. It's like when the true connection is there, it's there. And then we just have to kind of really keep ourselves, our boundaries up. That's what I keep getting. As a Cancerian, it makes sense. But whining and dining each other is not going to be lacking. This is going to be two people who know how to kind of set the mood, is what I'm getting right now. You guys are not going to stop doing the little things that really show each other constantly that you're truly in love with each other. That you are each other's other half, soulmate, true pair, best friend. That's what I'm getting. Oh, I love you guys. God, I want to be a Cancer. I am a Cancer. This is not for me, this reading, I will tell you that. But I do adore you guys so much. It does look like good love, good, hot, passionate love coming. Again, on the other side of your boundaries. You just have to keep those boundaries up, and God's got your back. I'm going to pull one of these guys. Hand of Cards. It says, take a chance, risk being strategic, options, not showing hand, and gambling. Keep your boundaries up. That sort of, I feel like this is pertaining to that little weird message that I got about the bedroom and keeping the sexy time kind of at bay. It's not like, don't make them beg for it. That's weird. But it's like, but keep it about, nope, not right now, honey. I'm working. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. As a Cancerian, we love to be attentive in all areas, right? But it is about that when we're attentive and we jump every time somebody tells us to, it takes away from the power that we have. It takes our power away. So just do things on your time and when it works for you. And anybody who's meant to be in your life will, and anybody who's not won't. It is about keeping your hands close to your chest. If your hand of cards, keep some of your cards hidden. You don't have to show them everything, okay? I love you. I will see you guys next week. Mwah.